Welcome to Fear Nightfall, where today I'm turning my Fear Nightfall world into Skyblock by making my new floating island home have all the normal Skyblock necessities like a cobble generator, farms, and even a mob spawner, starting from nothing but what I had before and turning it into a place I'm proud to call my new home. So to start out, the first thing I wanted to make was a cobble generator, because with it I could get all the cobblestone I would ever need for expanding my home. And luckily for me, I brought with me from my old home all the stuff I would need to make one. So I made one. And now this should, in theory, be an auto cobble. Yes, and now I have an auto cobble generator. And that's the first thing I wanted done, which will let me expand up here, and now I can work during the rain, because I can put a little roof above myself. So with the roof above my cobble generator, I sat and farmed a cobblestone while it was raining, but it didn't take long for the rain to clear out. It's daytime, and we're only 11 minutes in, which means I should still have plenty of day. I'm gonna put this stuff up, I'm gonna grab my 2 backpacks, and we're gonna be doing something maybe dangerous. We're gonna be flying back to my old place. I'm gonna go to 237 and 50. My house should be right around here. Oh, there it is. So let's grab all the essentials, all the stuff I left that I think is going to come in handy, and also things I left that are just useful. I don't know if I'm going to need this stuff, but I would prefer to have them than not having them. So I grabbed everything that I thought would be useful to me in some way and filled my backpacks and inventory, which was mainly just crops, saplings, and random other things like building blocks. But regardless, with my inventory and backpacks full, I flew back home. Then once I was back home, I put everything I got from my old house into chests except for all the cobblestone I brought back with me. And now I want to massively expand the island that I'm currently on. I want to make an area for a tree farm right now is the main thing I want to make, and just expand this place in general and have it be nicer than just this little square. So I expanded my base out into a diamond and made a rain shield above it to match. And now is probably as good of a time as any to tell you what a rain shield actually is. A rain shield, as it sounds, is a shield from the rain, which contrary to what this video is all about, isn't a normal Skyblock thing at all. But in Fear Nightfall Skyblock, having a rain shield is pretty important, because Fear Nightfall has a sanity mechanic that makes worse and worse stuff happen the lower your sanity gets. And water of any kind, rain included, very quickly drains your sanity. Meaning building a rain shield over my new home is pretty important, and I'll have to continue to do so in the future. But in the present, I want to start planning out and making a tree farm so I can get a steady supply of wood. However, with all that time I spent expanding my base, it was starting to get dark. And I believe that's the rise of the blood moon right there. I mean, it's about to get very dark in here, but I should still be able to work. Assuming no mobs spawn, which I believe hopefully none's are able to spawn up here. I mean, that's the whole point of me being up here, is mobs not being able to spawn. So hopefully nothing is able to spawn, hopefully. So to ensure nothing would spawn up here during the blood moon, I put torches around the edges of my base, which is also just nice visually. However, no matter how many torches I place, there's one being up here I can't prevent spawning. Stop, Herobrine. I don't know why I hear a zombie sound and then that means Herobrine. That doesn't even make sense. He's not a zombie. Is he a zombie? I don't think he is. Nah, he's not a zombie. He's a ghost? That doesn't sound right. But what does sound right is making a tree farm. So I continued to build out the area I wanted the tree farm at until I had it built out enough to place my first piece of dirt. But yes, right here can be my first little sapling spot is what I'm thinking. Right there, which will be my first spot that a tree can grow out of. And then I want quite a bit of spots trees can grow out of. So I worked on expanding my tree area, getting to a total of 3 sapling spots before I ran out of cobblestone. So since I was out of cobblestone, I set up my cobble generator and granted a little over 3 stacks of cobblestone that I made into slabs and used straight away to extend my rain shield over my walkway to the tree farm. Then I started making a rain shield a block even higher than the main one, above where I wanted the tree farm, and left extending it for later. But right now, I want to use the rest of the slabs I have to extend my tree farm itself and get more spots for trees. But after expanding my tree farm to a total of 12 sapling spots, I decided, let's torch up in between these. That way during the nighttime, because I'm gonna put a roof over it, and I want to make sure when there is a roof over it, they can still, like, the trees can still grow. I don't know if they're gonna be able to, when it's nighttime for sure, and then also with the roof over it, I don't know, since they're not getting direct sunlight anymore, I'm sure they can still grow, but having them lit up, I don't even know if it helps, but it helps my eyes, I guess. Just see they're not in the darkness sitting there. I don't know. I actually don't know where I was going with that. I'm here with you. But what I do know is that I need to keep expanding my tree farm. So I grinded up a bit more cobblestone and used it to expand the tree farm out to a total of 16 sapling spots. But the question is, when the trees are grown, how much wood would I get per harvest? Oh, again, yeah, how many logs is this? If it's 4x4, it means 16. That's 4. It means this would be a stack of logs per harvest. I'm okay with that. Yeah, no, actually, I'm okay with that. I just need to now put the edges and put the fences on. I think I need more cobblestone, and the wood is good for now. So I got to work yet again on harvesting a bunch of cobblestone, and despite saying I had plenty of wood, wood. I also decided to harvest my trees when they grew because I want to eventually make a subscriber wall on this world, despite it not really being a Skyblock thing. And speaking of subscribers, you should consider becoming one if you like this video and want to see more of my content. But whether you're subscribed or not, I have plenty of cobblestone slabs now. So I got to work on finishing the tree farm, and for it, I want 6 on every edge, so that way I can put the fence and everything else. And then I also want to connect this and make this squared off instead of triangled off, so I can actually put fences on there as well. Because my Skyblock design is more circular, but I want a more square design for this, so it's actually different for my Skyblock world. I mean, it's already different in the fact that things are horrifying, and trust me, after I get the subwall done, I'm planning to make mob spawners. And I'll be real with you, there is literally no physical way that those are gonna go well. But what can go well is finally finishing the tree farm. So I made sure to extend my tree farm to have a 6-wide walkway all the way around it, so that way any tree drops wouldn't fall down to the world below, out of my reach. Then I put a rain shield above the walkway all the way around the tree farm, but I left a hole in the middle of the rain shield. That way the trees aren't capped at a set height and can grow into giant trees, giving me more wood per harvest. But regardless, there we are. Now, what I want to do is I want to, I think, square off that and then make those sides squarish, and then I can add on that a railing is what I think I'm going to do right now. I don't even think I am going to do right now. Meaning I need a lot more stone again. And soon, a lot more cobblestone than I first thought, because after cutting down a few of my trees, I noticed a big problem. I'm lagging. The world isn't loaded right now. The tree's not decaying or nothing. Yeah, I'm lagging. I'm gonna leave and rejoin. This might make the world fuck or roll back. And that's just a Fear Nightfall thing. Please don't lose like all of the progress or drop me in the ocean or anything crazy. Please have my island loaded. Oh, thank God. It did load it. It did roll us back though. It rolled us back quite a bit. Yeah, just a rollback. It's like some weird thing where it stops saving your data and stops registering your data. It rolled me back quite a fucking bit, actually. What the hell? It rolled back like some things, but kept other things, which is very, very annoying because this has happened before in this Fear Nightfall world. If you remember back to my first Fear Nightfall video when I was mining for diamonds, the world stopped loading in new chunks, and when I reloaded my world, it unmined blocks and even resources I already got. So in other words, every world I touch becomes a buggy mess. But regardless of how buggy this world is, I refilled in the parts of my rain shield that got rolled back. Then I got to work on getting the cobblestone I needed for squaring off the center of my Skyblock home, which took me a decent amount of time to get all the cobblestone. With enough time in cobblestone, I was able to get squaring it off done. And there we are. I fully made this new square and roofed it off. Now it's gonna be nighttime while we do it, but that should be fine. Let's make a bunch, probably not all of these, but a decent amount, like roughly a stack. Might be good. I might need to make more, and if I need to, I can. Now let's make a bunch of fences with this oak wood, and let's fully fence off all around the edge right here. That way I have a little safety railing for my base. It's a purple blood moon? What? That's either very bad or I don't... Wait, you're not purple anymore. Okay, ignore that. I guess it doesn't matter. That's what I was gonna do. Let's make a bunch of fences. I want to fully fence off the edges, so I am actually safe up here, and I have safety railings, which is so nice that I'm gonna have safety railings. So I'm gonna on my base, put fences all along the edges, making sure to light them up properly to ensure mobs still can't spawn up here. And there we are! It's fully fenced up, and now our area is all nice and enclosed, and we have, I think, a decent amount of leftover wood, maybe? I have a leftover like 5 stacks. Is that enough for the wall? I don't know. I'll go cut down these trees, and then I'm gonna call it for the data stream, and I'll be back tomorrow to make the sub wall. That's the next thing on the agenda, is to make the sub wall is the next thing I have planned that I want to do. And also, if I'm making this into a series, it has to have a sub wall. I do want in every one of my worlds that I plan to do a series on, I'd make a sub wall. So for the rest of my day, I cut down the trees that had grown to use the wood for making a sub wall. So that way I can in some way show my appreciation to you guys on this Fear Nightfall world. Which is why for the sub wall, I first should probably plan out where I want this at. I think between here could be good. Maybe between here could be really good. I think this side's probably better if I'm planning to make my house and stuff over there that I do right here. And then I make this a walkway. I think would be good. And then from here, I need literally quite a big platform that I'm able to actually put the sub wall on, which is why I'm gonna have to get more stone. Yeah, so out this way, I want to have the wall like right here. I have this pathway right here that leads to it, and then a giant wall. So for making the sub wall, I first farmed up a bunch of cobblestone that I then used for making a giant platform to put the sub wall on. Then with the platform made, despite it starting to rain and there being no rain shield above it yet, I put fences around the edges of the platform and made sure to torch them up properly. Then I placed both corners of the sub wall with torches on top of them before I finally got fed up with the rain and put a rain shield above the platform. That way I could actually build the wall without going insane. Ironically though, it stopped raining right before I started building the rain shield. But once I had the rain shield done, I was good to work on building the sub wall without interruptions. So with the corners of the wall already placed, I decided to first put down the evenly spaced out bits of wall I wanted torches on top of. Now, I need to fully fill this in with wood, so let's get working on that. And from there, I can actually put the names on. Finally! There we go, the wall itself is finished. Now I can finally start putting the 181 names. I have plenty of signs to do that, so let's start filling it in. So I spent the next half an hour putting the 181 names of my subscribers onto the subscriber wall. But pal, you have over 1,000 subscribers now, so why'd you only put 181 names on the wall? Well, that's because YouTube only shows me the names of my subscribers who have their subscription set to public, which in my case was around a fifth of my total subscribers at the time I recorded this. But regardless, I did put all the names I had onto the sub wall. And now, I need to make my way down to that surface right there. That way I can actually easily get up and down without my broom. I'm not gonna have the broom forever. What if I lose it, you know? If I lose it, I still need a way to get back up and down. So I need to make like a ladder way up or down, like somewhere over there that touches the surface that I can use to go and get stuff like dirt and explore the surface without my broom if I don't have my broom. But in order to make the ladder way, I was going to need a lot of cobblestone. So I spent a little over an hour and a half farming up all the cobblestone I thought I would need for making it. And now out here, I want to make something. So this is going to be my pathway that actually leads out to the mob spawner. So what I'm gonna do is have the pathway that leads to the mob spawner. I'm not gonna make it right now, but I'm gonna start like the little width of it, and then from here I go that way. Hell no. What was that? What? No, thank you. Okay, this is supposed to not be where you got the nights anymore. Why am I hearing sounds? It's probably from the surface below, to be honest with you. And the surface is where I want to go. So in order to get there, I first made a walkway along the side of my base, past the cell ball, to where I wanted to put the ladder way. Then I started placing fences along the side of the walkway when I ran out of fences. So I went to go make more fences to finish the walkway when I realized something. This one has taken a lot more time than the other ones, I will say, on like... Steve? Why am I Steve? I'm sorry, what? Where'd my skin go? What? Where's my skin at? Yeah, it's still saved. Why am I Steve? Okay, I changed my skin. Am I still Steve? I should be my normal guy now and not Steve. And I'm still Steve. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my Fear Nightfall world. I guess this is just what we're gonna have to deal with. I don't know why it's like this. But what I do know is I need a ladder way down to the surface. So I placed the last bit of fences I needed along the side of the walkway. Then I made the outline for the ladder way and started building it down towards the surface, which was easy to do because in Fear Nightfall, you can place blocks on the bottom of other blocks when you're above them, meaning I didn't have to jump in water and lose my mind in order to build the ladder way. Speaking of not losing my mind, I also made sure to put a rain shield above it like I've done with everything else up here, and put torches periodically on the ladder way because darkness also lowers your sanity. But as I was getting closer to the surface, I was also getting closer to any mobs on the surface. What even just did that? What just did that? What just hit me? Something on the surface was able to hit me. I guess I don't even like directly see anything. And I also didn't get hit by anything else while building a ladder way down even more. But after another 20 minutes of descending towards the surface, I eventually did start to hear some things. Oh my mobs, that's probably why I'm hearing the awareness scent. And there's a lot of creepers that aren't just gonna magically despawn when I get down here. Oh, there's some sort of big creature right there. I just saw that. There's some sort of creature right there, and I don't know what that is. Looking at it now, I think that right there is just a skeleton with armor. Yeah, that's why I'm hearing so many mob sounds, is there's stuff down here. Mainly just creepers, it looks like, hopefully. Please don't be anything scary down here. I believe that yeah, is a skeleton. It's now dead. You have a fishing rod? You're trying to fish me towards you? It looks like mainly just those creepers, which I want to get closer to first. But you know, you're like, what? But trust me, I have my method to my madness, okay? And my method really is just me wanting to get a better shot on the creepers. So I built a little closer to them and started boring them to death when I got a very bad message. No, 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 no. Please don't tell me I can come up ladders. Please, no. I didn't even know they could spawn during the day. Where? I'm gonna check where it spawned, which I don't think is a good idea. Not on top of that, which is good. Down here, I'm guessing? I mean, I can't deal with it regardless of where it spawned. I just want to know. Okay, now I'm really concerned because I don't see it anywhere. That's even more concerning because I know what creature it is, but I don't see it anywhere. Maybe if you get far enough away from where it's supposed to spawn, it despawns? I don't know. But what I do know is what should have spawned was a fever dream, which is horrifying looking and could easily kill me if it wanted to. So I was lucky that it, for some unknown reason, wasn't a problem I had to deal with. But what I did have to deal with was finishing the ladder way. So I finished getting the ladder way down to the surface. On the way, finding a cool cow backpack, which apparently is a backpack, and then negates negative effect. stacks. Regardless, with the ladder array finished, I put doors on the bottom of it and started putting a protective barrier around it when I noticed it was becoming nighttime. So I headed back up to my base because I couldn't finish the protective barrier during the night without dying to mobs. What I can do though, since I have to wait anyways when it becoming daytime, let's take quite a bit of this stone and let's start planning out the area for the actual carrot farm. I want out here basically to be the carrot farm. So the normal kind of same thing as like over there, which is like right here is the edge of that, and then walkway. Yes, I want this middle bit here to be a walkway, just like the start over there. And then in here, I want carrot, and I will keep the little fence divider, but I will have it like open, and then another fence around it. They're kind of separated off, but I just want right here a carrot farm. So I got to work on building the carrot farm by first building a big platform and leaving 4 open 9x9 holes for 4 carrot farm plots. Making sure while I was building the platform to fence it off and torch it up. So that way during the blood moons, mobs don't spawn up here. However, I was only able to get half of the carrot farm platform done before the sun came back up. So I decided instead of finishing the carrot farm now, I should go back down to the surface to get the dirt I need for the carrot farm and finish making the protective barrier around the ladderway. So, I need to grab some stone and I'm gonna need more slabs regardless. Let me make them right now. These slabs. Now, I don't know what to expect when I go down to the surface. It was during the night. It was just a blood moon. However, I was all the way up here and not near the surface. So I have no idea what's gonna be down there. Hopefully, there's not mobs. Hopefully. Is there a chance? A pretty good chance. And I don't know if they destroyed some of the area, but I'm gonna take a drink of water and then we're gonna go down there. And we need to get 5 stacks of dirt today. I didn't leave that door open. Yeah, I can't even leave a single door open. That's kind of concerning. It's just Herobrine things. What? I'm sorry, what was that sound? Let's break stuff near the back and check. I just want to make sure we're safe here, okay? Because if we're safe, I can come down here and actually do stuff. Okay. What in the hell are you? It's like some sort of special looking trident thrower. That's so sick looking. I wish you got closer so I can see if I get the trident thing from, but that thing looks sick. Is that just what drowns look like now? Yeah, look at these little spears. Those things are cool looking. I think for the most part, we're good out here. So I went and finished the protective layer around the ladderway. Then I went around placing torches underneath my base so mobs don't spawn down here during the daytime when I noticed there was a skeleton lying on the ground. So I let curiosity get the best of me and decided to pick it up. Oh, it spawns an actual skeleton. I didn't know that's how that worked. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't need to put this in the video. I just thought that the skeleton spawning an actual skeleton was a cool feature of Fear Nightfall. But regardless of the skeleton, I went around and finished placing torches underneath my base. Then I was finally ready to get the dirt I needed for the carrot farm. And for the carrot farm, I need a total of 320 dirt. Or in other words, 5 stacks of dirt. So I made myself stone shovels and dug up the dirt until I had the 5 stacks of dirt I needed. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should be enough dirt for all the needs and uses I'm gonna have for dirt today, which is making a bunch of carrot farms. 4 carrot farms to be exact. And then if I need to in the future, I can come back down to the surface and explore more, because I know on this surface has some useful things, like dungeons, which aren't very useful, and I guess like diamonds and iron and all that other stuff I might need in the future. Although I really don't want to do that right now, because I don't want to deal with more cave dwellers or more mobs or more anything. But if I need to, I can go down there and get resources and get stuff. I mainly don't want to play this like a Skyblock, so if I can avoid going down there, I would prefer to. And the one thing I need in order to avoid needing to go back down to the surface, at least for the rest of this video, is a carrot farm. But for the carrot farm, I still need to finish the platform, which I only built half of last night. So I built the other half of the platform and made sure when I did to fully fence, torch off the entire platform. Then with the platform done, I filled in the 4 empty spots I left with cobblestone slabs, half a block lower than the rest of the platform, for 4 9x9 farm plots I planned to make. So in order to make them, on those slabs, I placed down the dirt I got from the surface in normal 9x9 fashion with water in the middle of each one, and put trapdoors over all the water to make it flush with the dirt. Then I tilled all the dirt into farmland and planted carrots in all the farmland, give me 4 carrot farm plots and a healthy supply of food. Meaning I never have to worry about running out of food up here ever again. Which I guess was technically true when I made the tree farm because of the apples. But either way, I still have to worry about the rain. So I built a rain shield above my carrot farm to remove that worry. And there we go. I got the rain shield on. I left the little gaps so the rain can actually fall through and hit the crops. And also the sun can fall through and hit the crops. But I do have it protected so I can actually run around and do stuff in here without worrying about the rain. And oh my god, that's perfect timing. Don't have to worry about this. I can just stay in here and be fine. fine. Of course, I have to stand in the rain to harvest the crops, but I'd rather the crops be able to get rain and sunlight. And I think it looks cooler like this instead of like fully covered. So got the rain shield done. Now, the next thing we need to work on is actually making, like I've been saying, the mob spawner and the drop spawner out this way. I mean, I need to make a long bridge out this way. But in order to make a big bridge slash walkway out to the mob spawners, I'm gonna need a lot more cobblestone. Because between the ladderway and the carrot farm, I used up all the cobblestone I spent an hour and a half grinding up before. So I spent the next 2 to 3 hours getting more cobblestone from the cobble generator. Then with all the cobblestone, I was finally ready to build the walkway to the mob spawners. So I did what I did with every other walkway up here and built the entire thing out of cobblestone with fences and torches on the sides of it. Except for this walkway, I made sure to extend it very far away from my main base area. And that should definitely be far enough away, I think, to keep me safe. And I just have to go over here whenever I need anything from over here, which I'm okay with doing. And distance-wise, that should be plenty far away. Now let me make the platforms. And I think it's about to rain. Is it? I actually don't know, but I do need to for sure do the rain shield. So I started making the rain shield when I realized something about the mob spawner and drop spawner. Honestly, me doing this might just be a bad idea. In fact, no, I'm certain that doing this is going to be a bad idea. But I'm not going to do this. I know. You're like, what? No mob spawner or drop spawner? That's normal Skyblock stuff. I know. But what I think would be better is if I made a dark room. I think I should do a dark room instead, because the whole point is I went this way to be over where the mobs are, and I still do need that distance. So I think instead of making a drop spawner and a mob spawner, that really won't benefit me at all. Maybe the drop spawner would a little bit, but both of which I think the mobs will just break through anyways and cause me issues. I think it'd be better if instead I made a dark room, because as it sounds, a dark room as well. A dark room with spots designated for spawning mobs. And you may be asking, why am I making a dark room over a normal mob spawner and drop spawner? That's because both of those would have major issues in Fear Nightfall. The drop spawner would guaranteed spawn mobs that have way too much health to die from dropping out of the drop spawner. Meaning instead of them dropping to their deaths, they'd be dropping to come kill me. And the mob spawner isn't much better because it would funnel all the mobs inside of it to the bottom like a normal mob spawner. Which in Fear Nightfall is very bad because zombies can spawn with tools. Meaning they would break out of the spawner very easily and let everything in it come kill me. But the dark room also has a major issue because it can also spawn zombies that can break out of it. However, a dark room, unlike the other spawners, has multiple individual spawning spots. Meaning the potential risk of a zombie that spawns with a tool is, well, one zombie I have to kill instead of dozens of mobs. Meaning overall, making a dark room is just way safer for me, which is the whole point of me making a home up here in the first place. So after I finished making the rain shield over the walkway, I made a platform at the end of it for the dark room. Then I extended the rain shield from the walkway over top of the dark room platform to use as the dark room's roof. There we are, rain shield complete and roof of the dark room. Let's start filling in the walls all the way to the roof now. That way I actually have this whole dark room kind of like planned out and can start filling it in. Not filling it in, but actually start putting the spots for the mobs. So I placed the walls, making sure to leave no gaps for light except for at the entrance of the dark room. Then after I placed the walls, I started making the dark room spawning spots when I noticed an issue with how I was building the dark room. Wait, why is this even? Wait, what? Why is this even? Okay, I messed something up. This is even somehow. Why didn't no one tell me? Why did no one tell me I made it wrong? No one said anything. How was I supposed to know? I know, I'm the one who building it. I should definitely pay attention and know. But like, how did I supposed to know? Yeah, I should have definitely paid more attention because I accidentally built one side a block shorter than the other. So after I fixed my silly goofy mistake, I went around and made all the mob spawning spots for the dark room, making sure to block in every spot properly. That way no mobs spawn from it when I'm not looking. There we go. I have that all filled in. This one might be an issue. I think these ones are probably going to be fine though. But I do need to now go around and break all the torches. That way the dark room can be, well, a dark room. Let's test it. Oh, kind of not excited for it, but hopefully it works. We just gotta make sure it works, okay? That's all we gotta make sure. So it should be far enough. We should have waited long enough. Something should have spawned in there if it's working. Oh, I got shot by a skeleton. He's just kind of chill. They can break out already. They already have broken out. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I knew some shit would happen. How the fuck did they break out so fast? How did they break out so fast? I knew they would do this. I fucking knew it. So to add some extra protection to the dark room in case mobs break out of it again, I put fence gates on the entrance of the dark room and went in to find out where exactly they broke out of. Which one did they break out of? Wait. No, they didn't break out. I'm just an idiot. It's my fault. I'm a dumbass. It's not their fault. They didn't do it. I'm the reason. I'm a dumbass. Mobs can spawn on normal blocks. This is just straight up a normal block with no slab above it, and it's a full block. They can just spawn on top of these. I did it to myself. To be honest, I don't think none of them broke out. I just didn't make this properly, as I should have. So I went around the dark room and fixed the problem I created for myself. Meaning the dark room can now only spawn mobs on select mob spots and is now fully complete, leaving me only one thing left to make up here in order to turn my home in the sky into an actual skyblock home. And that's a house. So to start off with the house, what I want to do is I want to right out here make a little platform to hold it, similar distance and like width to these. But I want right out here a little short walkway, a little very, very short walkway, and then like more of a circular kind of like platform kind of thing that I can put the house on. And then we have to actually go design the house. So I got to work on making the platform for the house. First by making a short walkway out from the center of my base with the normal fences and torches on it, then making a big circular platform that I plan to design and build a house in the center of. And of course, like the rest of my base, I made sure to put fences and torches on the edges of it to prevent myself from falling into the ocean below. Meaning the house platform is now done. And there we are. I closed it all off. We have our little circle for our house. Let's extend the rain shield just to over the over this part right here. And then this I'll just have to leave open because I can't really rain shield my house. Maybe afterward again, but I can't really rain shield my house. So there we are. And now I'll fill this in so I have some sort of rain protection when I'm going to my house. I will have to run in the rain in order to get to my house, but not very much if my house is like right here. So this whole area now I have to design and build a house. So let's go on a test world of the same exact stuff as this. So let's go make a copy of this world. And now we'll plan a house. And plan a house I did. Now warning, I am not in any way a builder. So if you haven't seen me build anything before, brace your eyes and ears because it's real bad. But what I ended up deciding on for the house was an entirely wooden house that gets smaller and smaller every layer that goes up, kind of like a cake. I also decided that I should build it using special Fear Nightfall blocks called vertical slabs. It makes the edges of the house more smooth instead of blocky. So with all that being said, are you ready to see the design I went with? Yeah, I know. It's real bad. This is why if I ever in the future do a 100 days duo video, I 1,000,000% have to do it with a skilled builder. Because my builds look horrible in literally every world I have. What matters most is that I'm happy with it. And shockingly, I'm happy with it because I really like the tower-like design I went with that gets smaller as I go up. And up. And up and up until we have a tower all the way to like heaven. And I can just do that. And I don't need to make every layer because I can just have the top floor be flat. And then I can build the layers as I go. That's the plan. That's the idea for the house. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build it. We're gonna start building on it. Every time I need to add a floor for something, I will. I like the idea that it will just be all wood basically. But I really do like the idea of that. So let's start collecting some more wood because I'm gonna need a lot of wood to build the house. So I harvested all the trees that have grown to use for making the house. Then I started copying the rough design I made into my actual Fear Nightfall world. Planning to make just 2 floors of the house for now. 1 floor for storage, crafting, and smelting whatever I need to, and then a 2nd floor for my bedroom. So I got to work on copying the design into my world, which went smoothly for the 1st floor. But once I started making the 2nd floor, it quickly stopped going smoothly. The wall here is this for this layer. What? Just opened my door. What? Just went in the house. The door opened by itself. You guys heard it. Actually, that makes a lot of sense though, because in my old house, doors would be randomly open whenever I would like go down the mine and come back, and I think it's just part of the game they do that. Unless there really is a monster in my house now. But no, I just think that's the way the game does it. It's like the whole jump scare, hero mind horror thing. I think it just does that now. Which makes sense, because in my old house, like I said, I noticed that too. That like gates or like the house itself would just be open randomly. So I guess that makes sense. Let's go in. Maybe there's a monster. Hopefully not. Please no, please no, please no. No, I think we're good. It's just part of the horror kind of mechanic thingy. So knowing the house was safe but maybe haunted, I built up the 2nd floor of the house and made sure to put torches in it. And I also torched up the roof of the house the way nothing spawns on it while I'm doing stuff around my new home. And with that, I had the 2nd floor and roof of the house complete. So then I have enough rooms, I think. I have this ground floor, which I will put storage, and then I have this one that I will put my bed. For now, let's start filling in furnishing the insides of these places. Now, for furnishing the inside, I just need a lot of chests. We're gonna need some trees. So I cut down all my trees again, which gave me plenty of wood for all the chests I needed for my storage floor, meaning it was time to build the storage floor. So I placed a bunch of chests on the ground floor against the walls away from the entrance. Then I made sure the 2 side walls had crafting tables along the sides of the chest in case I never needed to craft anything. Then I also made sure the back wall had a bunch of furnaces in between the chests, so I could smelt anything I ever need to from the comfort of my new home. Then the one actual good design choice I made for my house was choosing to put vertical slabs above the chests, crafting tables, and furnaces to make them look like they were built into the wall and part of the house itself. I mean, after moving all the stuff from the center of my base into my house, the 1st floor was now done, and it was time to furnish my bedroom, which I wanted to be just, well, a bed in a room. Actually, let's put a bed in the middle. That'd be more ominous. These are wait, that actually works perfectly. These are 2 block wide for the middle. So the middle would be like right there. That's very ominous. I like that. Just a random bed in the middle of the floor, surrounded by yeah, I like that. We'll do that. Leave that there. So with the bedroom or room with the bed complete, I think it's safe to say my house is also now complete. And so too is turning my new floating island home into Skyblock. Because my base now has all the things you would want near the start of a normal Skyblock world with the addition of a few things. And honestly, despite my home in the sky not looking the best, I'm pretty happy with what it's become from the start of this video. So if you guys want me to continue building on this base or even just continue the series in general, let me know in the comments down below. Regardless, I want to say thank you for watching the video this far. If you're new here and like this video, please consider subscribing or consider clicking the video on screen to see me spend 300 days in an actual Skyblock world in hardcore.